Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us today. I have some very special guests in the studio today. I have Father Roy Marion from St. John's Catholic School, and I also have Wilma Wilson, who is the lead teacher at St. John's. We renamed her just before this, Father. I know it's not official, but we had some problems with the name.
I'll take it.
Well, thank you, Miss Wilson. I appreciate that. Father, St. John's Catholic School, what makes it different than, say, public school?
Well, we have a mission not just to educate, but to transform the community by providing great leadership with Christian values that we feel are important for supporting the growth and health of our community. That's it's a package deal. We don't just educate part of a child, but the whole child.
Miss Wilson, my son is an alumni of St. John's, and I tell people he learned his study habits at St. John's. He did. Now, Catholic school has a reputation for being rather rigorous. Is that still true today?
It is. I think we take into consideration that, we do have working parents, and so we try to do our best to make sure that homework is used as a reinforcement of what was already learned in class. So in no way do we expect students to come home with homework and for parents to reteach. However, it is a reinforcement tool, and so they do come home with homework throughout the week, normally Monday through Thursday. We try to keep a rule of thumb roughly 25 to 30 minutes of homework. However, when you incorporate reading nightly and journaling and things like that, but it's mostly the student is responsible for keeping up with that.
And I just know, as a parent of a boy who went to St. John's, it takes a certain degree of parental involvement, doesn't it, Father?
It does, and it's a team effort. We're not the replacements of the parents. We are the team support of the parents, because the teachers are the first. The parents are the teachers of their children first and foremost, and what we do is, working as a team, we can resonate that support, as the parents share with us how the progress is going on their end, and then at the end of their journey with us, when they graduate, we know that this was a partnership.
Oh boy, was it ever. And just as a parent, I just remember relearning some things I hadn't seen in like ages. Yeah. And it's actually, it's almost a family activity sometimes. Because I remember Nick would have a couple hours of homework. I mean, which was a lot for the primary grades. Yes. But if you learn those study habits, let alone the knowledge, just the habits of being able to dedicate a block of time, it's going to serve you well for the rest of your life. And again, my son had a great academic career, and now he's in his second year at the Naval Academy.
That's wonderful.
And due in large part to St. John's Catholic School. I mean, what you guys do out there is really unique for this area.
Thank you. I think we try to bring our families on campus as much as possible. I mean, like Father Roy said, we're secondary to what they're getting at home. But anytime that we can encourage the families to be on campus and to just experience it as a whole, we really try to enforce that.
Father, beside the value of having a great education and learning these habits, what's the value of having a faith-based education as well?
Well, we have students coming from not only the Catholic tradition, but the non-Catholic tradition as well, and so they're already being groomed to have certain values that they would carry with them through their life, and we know that the success of businesses is going to be built on the foundation of ethics. If they're going to succeed.
Boy. Yeah, business, government, everything is about integrity. Which seems to be kind of lacking.
If we offer a mixed agenda, then it offers confusion, and then there's always that pitfall of, well, it's all relative and it doesn't matter. And relativism is not something that we can promote, because it just confuses and it divides, and it's not a good principle, for sending students into the world.
Father Roy, we have to run off to a commercial break. The time is always the enemy here.
Yes.
I want to explore that a little further.
Sure.
On the other side of your Waking Up with Don weather, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here speaking with Father Roy and Miss Wilson from St. John's Catholic School. Father, we had talked about the value of a faith-based education nowadays, and if you'll allow me to editorialize a little bit, I think in business and government, I think integrity can be lacking in today's world.
Well, we're seeing practices that makes us question, what is the rationale for the choices, being made, and it makes us come back and reflect that we need to look at, what we're offering our students, and what we're sending them out into the world with, so that they can deal with these, these challenges. And we're not ashamed, to preach the Christian message.
Unapologetic,
right.
faith-based education.
And that's why people send their children there. They're looking for a well-rounded opportunity, for their children, and this is all part of it. It's non-negotiable.
Ms. Wilson, you don't have to be Catholic to go to St. John's, do you?
No, you do not. I believe our student population varies between 60 to 70%. I mean, the students embrace each other. They don't see a difference. There's an expectation, and they follow it. They don't question it. And I think it's very evident on our campus.
Now, if I wanted my child to go to St. John's, and I know, it's that time of year when, particularly for military families, people are moving in and out and they're shopping for schools. What do I need to do to find out more about St. John's? And I guess registration is opening?
Right. We have a website, and any information that you would need pertaining to the school can be found on that website. It is stjohnscatholicschool.com. Registration is opening on April the 6th for new families. You can stop by the school, receive a registration packet. You can always phone the school, ask questions. We'd be happy to provide any information that would be needed.
And we also give a tour, for those who want to see the campus, be able to ask their questions in real time and not just by telephone. And either myself or different teachers, will lead the tour, and then, work with the families from that point forward.
So we could just Google up St. John's Catholic School, Panama City, find out all the contact information that we need, give a call, get a tour, see if it's a good fit for your family.
Absolutely.
And I say family because it's not just for the kid.
No,
That's
absolutely.
correct.
And we actually recommend to come tour the school. We're a pretty open campus. We want families to come on and just see what we have to offer as far as teachers, our classrooms. Just get a feel, for the campus as a whole. We also offer shadow opportunities. So if your child wanted to come and shadow for the day to see if the campus was a good fit for them as well as them for the campus, we can also set that up with the teachers.
Now, Father Roy, you have an event coming up, don't you?
We have a big event. We have an annual fundraiser for the school. We've been providing and promoting concerts in Panama City. This year, we're bringing in Amy Grant, and we're going to have a big citywide celebration on the last day of school, June the 5th. The concert will start at 7:30. It's being sponsored. We have several promoting sponsors, from the from the city businesses, area businesses. We're still looking for more sponsors, to help out with this concert. Just a great way of celebrating, the life that we share. The end of a successful school year. People coming together is very family oriented, family driven, and we hope that the city of Panama City will enjoy a great Friday night out with us.
So even if I don't have a child who's eligible for school, I could still help out, can I?
Of course.
Because if we believe in the mission of St. John's Catholic School.
That's right. We have many benefactors that support our school that don't have children but appreciate the mission of what we're offering, not only for the local families but for the greater Bay County area and beyond.
So all we have to do is give you a call.
That's right.
And we can figure out how to help. Thank you so much for coming in today and getting us
Pleasure.
started
Thank you.
on St. John's Catholic School. You guys are doing a great job out there, and my son is living proof of that.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Denise Clubs, who is a licensed family and marriage therapist.
That's
Did
correct.
I get that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Now, because you are a licensed family therapist
Right.
and marriage therapist, I'm going to ask you this question about spring break.
Okay.
I mean, you've got a college-age young person coming back, living in your home for a
Right.
week or two
Right.
during spring break.
Right.
And there's that transition to adulthood that some of us parents, not me particularly, but I do know someone who may have a hard time, letting those apron strings kind of go and letting them do their own thing. Where do you draw the line with young adults like that?
Well, that's a very good question. Where do you draw the line? I think one of the things to think about is, as parents, we want to look at what are we doing with the children? I call them children. We still call them children.
Well, they're our kids, but they're grown-ups now. Sort of.
Right,
yeah.
right. But there's several things to look at is from the standpoint of financially. Okay, if there are financial ties, if you're still financially assisting them in a majority of ways, then you have a right to have a meal, sit down with them, take them out to dinner, and say, you know, we're excited you're back, but we still have rules here.
Right.
Okay, and you look at, well, what are the rules? Well, it's courteousness to call. Yeah. And let a parent know, well, you know, I'm running, you know, from the standpoint, do you want to have a curfew? That may be something you and your spouse
where you're going, what
about.
you're doing.
Right.
You know, my son is, you know, away at school, and he's home now, and he's like, but he's very good about it.
Right.
He's like, but the other day I looked up and he was gone. He was in the house 1 minute and he wasn't. And I was like, I hear his car in the driveway and he's just taken off. And I'm like,
right.
I called him. I was like, "Hey, dude, say goodbye at least before you leave." You know.
But see, there's a transition time in that. They come home for the first time for spring break, and it's like, well, what are the rules? What are you supposed to do? And so you really have to kind of show them and tell them.
But conversely, he's very good at, like, I won't be home for dinner tonight. Or I'm staying at a friend's house, or I'm doing this or doing it. Just let us know where you are and that you're still alive, and we're fine with it, you know.
You know what I find a lot of parents, and I don't want to generalize it to all moms, okay, but as a mom myself and other mothers that I've spoken to, we tend to have to work harder on letting go and that process of, what does an empty nest look like? Just the other day, someone told me, or shared in a session, that the empty nest is bigger for the mothers.
Probably. That's probably a true statement. Because, you know, my wife is an awesome mother.
Yes.
But, you know, here's this 21-year-old man on his way out the door and say, take some sunblock with you and make sure to do this and make sure to do that.
We go back into those old habits. Parents just tend to do that, go back into the old habits. And we have to catch ourselves. Oh, I don't need to use those words, or I need to look at how do I present this information, what I want to get across.
Yeah, and I guess mothers never stop mothering.
No.
Yeah, and there are certain cultures where they never, ever, ever stop. So
it's just,
you know,
it's just innate.
But so like I got the Italian mother syndrome at home now, and you know, wonderful woman, wonderful mother, but you know, at some point you got to kind of step back and say, this guy's a grown up.
Right.
And if he wants to go out and get a sunburn, well, that's his.
And he'll deal with it. Those are the natural consequences.
That's it. And I guess letting them suffer some consequences for the decisions is part of being a good parent too,
that is
isn't
true. It is, as well as it's hard for the parent to even experience that and go, oh my gosh, I told you to put the sunblock on. Why do you have the sunburn? You know, we as a parent with a young adult, it's time to just bite our tongues, step back, and let them just kind of experience life for themselves and know that you're going to be there for them.
Let them assume the liability for their actions and let them take measured amounts of risk along the way.
That is true.
And at some point you'll have a fully cooked human that you won't have to worry about.
That's an interesting way of saying that.
That's a clinical term, fully cooked human, that I just made up. Well, Denise Clubbs, it's always a joy to speak with you and to get your perspective on human nature. Which is
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being had. And we'll be right back.
And welcome back. And now it's time for our Live 850 weekly update. Starting this week, we have on March 27th, we have the Fest at Panama City Mall. And this is a great time to get out with your family and friends. Go check out the live entertainment, the outdoor festivities, music, food. That will be a great time. Also on the 28th, we are going to have the Furry Friends 5K, and that is going to be taking place at Frank Brown. And you can register that day starting up to 7 a.m. or at active.com and register online. Also this week, we have the Passion Play, and that is at the Marine Civic Center, and that's on April 2nd and 3rd. And that is going to be a great play, and it is It's sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, and it's going to have a full orchestra, over 200 in the cast. This is going to be an amazing show. You have to go and see it. So that, again, is on April 2nd and 3rd. And please bring a canned good for donation. This is a great cause. Just bring that can and help others out. Also, April 3rd, we have the Downtown Fest that is going to be placed at Harrison Ave, and that's going to have, again, the live music, the car shows, another great family event to be able to enjoy with your friends and family. Get out, enjoy this great weather that's now here. Also, on April 4th, we have the 6th annual Second Chance Prom. This is by the Boys and Girls Club. This is a great event for those adults that want a second chance at their prom. They had either a terrible first time or a great first time prom, or they didn't get a chance to go to their prom. You have to go and check this out. Another great cause. It is going to be a great day or night of dancing and lots of fun. Also, make sure to mark your calendars on April 11th and 12th at the Tyndall. We have the Gulf Coast Air Show. This is a great thing. Make sure you mark your calendars. Come out on April 11th and 12th. So we have a lot of great things to look forward to. Also, don't forget, check out the app. You can get it free. It's a free app on your phone, Google Play, the iTunes Store. It's free. You will always have all the information of what's going on in your community in the palm of your hand. You don't want to miss out on any great things going on. Check it out. There's a lot of local bands playing at all different restaurants, live music, entertainment, events. It is the one app that will get you to enjoy your whole week. So please check it out. Again, that's Live 850. It's the way to go. I always have to keep saying that because I do not plan my whole week without this. So check that out. Again, find some great things to do in your community. Enjoy the weather. Check out the farmers markets. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back to the Waking Up with Don show. I'm Pamela Elliott with Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency, and we have some great talent here. We have Southern Sunday, and go to their Facebook page. It's Southern Sunday 850 and like their page. You're going to really love them. Guys, what are y'all going to be singing today?
We're going to be singing a song that we all kind of put together about Bay County here. We haven't quite figured out the name for it exactly yet. It's either Bay County or our side of town. We got to give a shout out to our boy Jordan Hobbs that kind of helped us out with this song too. So
awesome. Take it away.
Call your friends, tell them get dressed fast. It's Friday night and a check just cashed. We hit 231 in Bayou, Georgia. Them 35s rolling on my and Barbed Wire Creek's playing at the Boggin, and Cooter's got the whole crowd rocking. We hit Scotts Ferry Road, there ain't a cop to pass. Don't be scared, boy, put your foot in the gas. Let me tell you about where I was raised. We're here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, looking face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans. The bonfire and the field's just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town. We hit Deer Point Lake, throw out a line, call up your friends, we just killing some time. If we head to the beach, some all-night bars, come on baby, it ain't too far. Let me tell you about where I was raised. We're here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, looking face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans. The bonfire in the fields just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town. Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods. We stand our ground, look you face to face. If you kick our ass, you got a hand to shake. We wear our boots and our wore-out jeans, a bonfire in the fields just right for me. And the country girls are like a summer heat shining down. Well, I said the country girls are like a summer heat shining down on our side of town, on our side of town. Well, here in Bay County, the spring break's good, but you can't kick it like we do out here in these woods.